For the past couple weeks, it feels like Philadelphia Eagles Nation wants another running back. I don't understand it, to be 100% honest. I'm not against getting somebody like a Jordan Howard or letting somebody like Kennedy Brooks get some real play time, but to go out there and trade for somebody just isn't something I'm willing to do, and we're going to talk about why. So let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today we are going to talk a little bit about you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this running back position. I have heard a lot of people, once people like, Josh Jacobs came available and Kareem Hunt became available, everybody, they want the new toy. They want something new to play around with at the running back position. But there's a lot more that goes into it than just making a call and getting somebody over here. So before we get into, everything I want to talk about that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. We would love for you guys to join that ride. Now let's get into it, man. So I'm going to start this off by saying I am not one to sit here and think that, Miles Sanders' job is safe or future is safe by any means. I understand how the business works. I understand how the game goes. Availability is the best ability, and that is something that he has struggled with. We can sit here and talk about the numbers. We can talk about how he's had over 5 yards a clip for, I think, 2 out of his first 3 years. We can talk about that, right? We can talk about what he's been able to do as a running back when he's been healthy. But unfortunately, that hasn't been very often. So we are a team that we like to play a committee running back, right? We like that committee style approach. You go ahead and bring somebody high value like a Josh Jacobs, who's a former first round pick, a Kareem Hunt, who's looking for a big payday. You bring them to Philadelphia. You're not running that committee approach. You're going to have that workhorse, right? Or at least in theory, you would have to give somebody that you're giving that much money to kind of the workload. I don't see the Eagles trying to change their mentality when it comes to that. I don't see them saying, yeah, let's go get Kareem Hunt and give him 25 touches a game. That's just not what they do. The Eagles, since LaShawn McCoy has left this building, have been a committee approach. It really doesn't matter who the coach is, doesn't really matter who the staff is. That has been the way, whether it was Doug Peterson, whether it was, Chip Kelly even, and now with Nick Sirianni, it seems like it's more of an organizational mentality or organizational philosophy that they want to keep a couple bodies at that running back position that they can kind of rotate in. I know a lot of people are going to say last year the running game was really kind of carried by Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts was Jalen Hurts was our lead guy. When it came to running, he was the guy that had the most carries and I believe the most yards for our team. So it is what it is. I get that. But when you have such a good offensive line, you have such a good run scheme, I think that you can put almost anybody behind these guys and get what you're looking for. We don't need a lead back. A lot of people bring up 2017 and how we went and got Jay Ajayi for a 4th round pick, and that kind of helped our season go even further. I don't think we're in the same situation as we were in 2017. 2016, it was the 16 off season going into 2017. But you know what I'm trying to say. I don't think that we are a Jay Ajayi away. I think, on the contrary, we're more so like a LeGarrette Blount away. I think we need either a veteran or a young guy, that we can just rely on in those short yardage situations that we can throw in when it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and we know he can just fall forward. A Kennedy Brooks comes to mind on the roster, right? Or you can look at Boston Scott has been used as a short yardage back, but he's not really that, right? He is kind of like that bowling ball type of build, so he kind of just finds his way through there. But I'm not looking for Jordan Howard to be our consistent short yardage or goal line guy. I'm looking for like a Kennedy Brooks or a Jordan Howard to come back on this team and fill that role. We don't need someone that's going to get 15, 20 carries a game, or that's going to need 15, 20 carries per game. We need somebody that's going to go in there cold and knock some heads off. You know what I'm saying? I felt like we had that out of Jordan Howard. Obviously, if he can't stay healthy, then it doesn't matter. But I say, look at some of these veterans, look at some of these free agents that are out there. You don't need somebody that's going to be a premier guy, because the Eagles just don't run that type of system. They really don't. And this has nothing to do with how I like Miles Sanders, but does it make sense to have two guys that are kind of on their contract, that are on their contract year and have to make a big decision about not just one, but two guys when you have a lot of decisions to make about other positions when it comes to the future? You look at the cornerback position, we're not solidified there. You look at our defensive line, we're going to need some backups there. So there's so many different spots that we're going to have to put money at. I don't think that running back is a good position to find yourself next year saying, Kareem Hunt was great, maybe we should give him a long-term deal, and pay him an exorbitant amount of money. I'm not trying to do that. We're not going to do that with Miles Sanders, whether he has a great year or a bad year. Why bring another guy on this roster that's going to ask for another contract? Kareem Hunt probably has a really good chance of getting another contract with the Browns because he fits what they're looking for, and he kind of works that, it's a committee, it's only two of them, but they get a lot of carries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people are going to probably be like, Browns run a committee system, but they're giving them like 20 carries each, damn near 15 touches each a game. I don't see him getting that in Philadelphia the way that we run our offense. So I think it'll be a waste of money, and on the flip side, I think it'll be a waste of assets. I'm not giving up a third, fourth round, pick for a guy that's not going to see much of the field. If we're talking safety, if we're talking, maybe a defensive lineman that can really, help us out, then maybe we could talk offensive lineman, maybe something like that might see a little bit more time on the field. Maybe we could talk. But as far as a running back, I just don't think that the value he brings is worth the value it would take to bring him here. So that's my thought process. And when I say him, I mean any, top tier running back. I'd rather go get a undrafted guy that can just be that bowling ball, go bring my guy Jordan Howard back, continue that toxic relationship. But I'm not looking to bring nobody on this squad that we got to pay or that we're going to have to play, over anybody. I'm good. You guys let me know what you think. Would you guys go get Kareem Hunt? Would you guys go get, Josh Jacobs? Those are kind of the top two names right now. Or do you want to just kind of go with a cheaper option and just, let things play out? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Peace!
Everywhere, this is for you.
Yeah. Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here cool on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Deshaun, hunting like Randall.